welcome to Startup Central. I'm Nayantara Rai. This is the only show of its kind on Indian television dedicated, of course, to startups, but technology, entrepreneurship, innovation, disruption. Basically, if it has anything to do with the new economy, it's here every weekday on ET Now from 6 to 7 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, pretty much like all the startups we feature on the show and even the investors, Team ET Now, Team Startup Central loves constructive feedback. Don't hold back. Write into us. Our email address right on top, suc@etnow.tv. I'm also on Twitter. Tell us how we can improve the show. What you like about it, what you don't like about it. We also love compliments, so feel free to praise us if you feel that's the case. We're now going to put the spotlight on Unacademy. And why shouldn't we? Global giant Facebook has made its second investment in the Indian startup universe. And it's in Unacademy, the second one after Meesho. But it's not just that. Unacademy does boast of marquee investors on board, from Sequoia to General Atlantic to one of the founders of Uran to the Flipkart CEO Kalyan Krishnamurthy. Its valuation has now topped $500 million. This is, of course, an ed-tech startup. It's in the business of preparing kids for competitive exams. And here is Unacademy co-founder Gaurav Munjal in our studio. Hi, Gaurav. Congratulations. I'm going to treat it as if you're sitting in our studio for the ET Now exam. But first up, congratulations. That's a big valuation. You topped $500 million. You also impressed Facebook. It's the second time Facebook is putting money on the table in the Indian startup ecosystem. How did that happen?
First of all, thanks a lot for having me here, and thanks a lot for the nice introduction to Unacademy. I think it's been, since the beginning, we have been focused on building a platform to provide quality education to everyone throughout the country. And what we have focused on is quality and accessibility and convenience. So when you get the access of best teachers from Kota, from Delhi, from Mumbai in a tier 3 city for 1/5 the cost, I think people love it. That's why our NPS scores are so high. That's why we are seeing learning outcomes. That's why we are seeing a great number of students. In fact, as of this second, we have 93,000 active plus subscribers for something we launched 12 months back. So, and this funding round is a milestone, and it validates the fact that we are onto something big, and this will help us in achieving the vision. So I'm thankful to General Atlantic, to Facebook for supporting us, and thankful to all my existing investors, Sequoia, Nexus, TEDview, for participating in the round and supporting us, and Bloom also.
That's right. Of course, and incidentally, Gaurav Munjal, after you finish the ET Now exam, we're going to be having Sanjay Nath of Bloom on Startup Central. But having said that, are there going to be a lot of synergies that will exist between Facebook and Unacademy? For example, with the first investment that Facebook made in India was in Meesho, is a social commerce website, a commerce site. The synergies are obvious. Are they so obvious between Unacademy and Facebook?
I think the synergies between Facebook and Unacademy are even more obvious. I'll tell you why. Both of us are platforms. Both of us have a huge focus on videos. Facebook is the startup, is actually now an organization that has seen immense scale, and I think we can learn from it on how did they use their algorithms to show the right content to right people. In our case, it's educational content. But we are still a platform where thousands of teachers are teaching and taking live classes and creating content. And Facebook is a pioneer in that. So I think there are a lot of synergies possible. I think we have planned trips where we'll be meeting some of their senior people to learn more on a lot of things that we want to know about, and so on. So I think there are a lot of synergies possible because both of us are content platforms, and we are focused on education. And that is something that they have done at huge scale. In fact, a lot of students use WhatsApp and Facebook groups for their study. And we have seen that consistently across all examinations. studying through WhatsApp and Facebook groups is huge.
Of course, WhatsApp is so massive at the moment. Facebook is big. You got Instagram as well. I don't know how, if that is also going to play a big role in Unacademy because, as they say, the youth prefer Instagram to Facebook at the moment. But Gaurav, you've also impressed a whole host of other founders. You've got General Atlantic, you've got Sequoia, you've got a lot of others that have, been on board as well, and individuals like Kalyan Krishnamurthy and all of that. How does it work? Are they all on your board? Do you take advice from them regularly? How does all of this work?
I think most of it starts with a relationship. For example, Sequoia and Saif Partners led our Series B round, and SteadView led our last round, and Kalyan of Flipkart and Sujit of Udaan have been angel investors since the time we were out in the market to raise 3 crore rupees. So, and over the years, I think Sujit, Kalyan, even Bhavin of DirectEye, now he's doing Flock and Zeta. I'm lucky to have such great mentors. And what happens is, to all of us founders, these guys have done things at scale, and there is so much to learn from them. So in fact, I keep telling other founders that having a discussion with someone who has scaled things massively, having a 1-hour discussion with them is like reading a 1,000-page book. There is so much you can learn from them. In fact, on my way from Bangalore to Mumbai, just this morning I was sharing the flight with Sujit, where we had planned to take the flight together so that I could learn from him. Because he has a busy schedule and we don't get time in Bangalore. So we plan such things so that I can learn from him. So you have to do these things and you have to get their time so that you can learn from them. And obviously, I mean, when you focus on the right things, when you focus on learning outcomes, when you focus on an NPS, when you focus on building a great product and figuring out a way to acquire users in a very unique fashion, I think coming off investors is like a great validation. And I'm very happy to have General Atlantic and Facebook join as a part of this round. And General Atlantic will also be taking a board seat. And we already have Sequoia, Nexus, Saif, and Bloom, and SteadView. So I think I'm lucky to have such great investors, and there is only one way we have to go from here now.
Okay, so General Atlantic is also going to be getting a board seat. But Gaurav, you have really pioneered how kids prepare for competitive exams. You want to take our viewers through what are the kind of competitive exams Unacademy specializes in, and also if somebody wants to sign up on Unacademy, what your success rate, what your hit run is?
So when we started, we were sort of like a YouTube for education, where we are allowing educators, giving them tools to create free content, and then learners are coming to see the free content. Last year, we launched Unacademy subscription, whereas we got the best educators to take live classes, and we saw significant engagement in live. We saw that people love learning live because it feels, it's in fact better than a classroom, because things like asking a doubt, people actually feel scared of asking a doubt because they will be mocked by their peers, but they don't feel like that online. So there are so many reasons why online is better than offline. The same quota teacher is now teaching thousands of students across the country. Now, when we launched this, we launched it for UPSC, IIT, JEE, and a few more examinations. And in the last few months, we have scaled it to 32 examinations right now, all the way from the top examinations like UPSC, IIT, JEE to state level, all the way from central level examinations to state level examinations like Kerala PSC, West Bengal PSC, and NTA, UGC, CSIR, and so on. So what we have done is we have developed a playbook where we make sure that we get the best content and the best teachers, and the product which I like to believe is 10x better than anyone else out there. When the content and the teachers take live classes on that product, for the learner it's an amazing experience. And recently the results of some of these examinations have started coming out, and we have seen a great number of Unacademy students clear those examinations. Our eventual goal is that 100% of all students who clear the examination, any examination in the country, should have used Unacademy as their primary or their secondary source for learning. 75% primary and 25% secondary. But that's what our goal is, because there is no reason that if you're going to an offline institute, you cannot subscribe to us. Because maybe you're going to an offline institute and there is one particular subject that you're weak at, you still take our subscription and you get access to the best content and best teachers, and you focus on that. And by the way, our product is not a supplement, it's a replacement. So you don't need to go. But if you're going, our product is still there at 1/5 the cost.
Okay, so let me ask you that 1/5 the cost, you have live classes as well? Because a lot of your competitors, and I'm asking this on behalf of all the viewers and all those tuning in who may not be on Unacademy, a lot of your competitors at the moment are not specializing in live classes, a curriculum, they sometimes use Disney cartoon characters and all of that. Is that what your USP is? What is unique about it, that you've got live classes?
See, that's one of the unique things about us. But yes, live classes through the best teachers for various examinations is something that we specialize in. I mean, even the first TV campaign that we did, the Let's Crack It campaign, we focused on live learning. And the scale at which we are operating is much, much, much ahead of anyone else out there. For example, we do almost 2,500 live classes every day. At this very second, there are 100 live classes going on Unacademy. And our second competitor does probably 40 live classes a day. So our scale is huge. And every video that is taught live is also available as a recorded video on our subscription. So when you ask that, do we have live classes? It's only live. Every single class is live. They're available later as recorded. And there are benefits to live classes. For example, if you're preparing for JEE, you can have a proper discipline, you can have a proper schedule. Instead of recorded content, there are various advantages to live. For example, there is discipline. For example, there is more engagement. Every third class is a doubt clearing class. So things like that, small things like that add up, which complete the experience. And overall, the experience is way ahead of anything else out there. And that's why we are seeing this growth. And that's why we are seeing the best investors, the best institutional investors in the world, or organizations like Facebook validating us.
And you've talked about that, and I think the other thing you can talk about is, and you boasted about it on Twitter recently, I remember that very well, where you showed that everything is not about freebies and all of that, and how when you started a subscription model, people were willing to subscribe, people were willing to pay Unacademy to be part of the ecosystem and to learn on Unacademy. What are the latest figures? How did your subscription model do?
I mean, earlier people used to talk about that, will we ever make money? Now that we have proved that we are making a lot of money and this model is scaling, but this makes me understand the fundamental question. Internally, we asked ourselves what's working, and I think the focus on the right things, great product, great content, great teachers, great delivery mechanisms, focus on learning outcomes, that started working. And we launched the first of its kind subscription model. For example, you're subscribing to IIT JEE, for example. So whatever your intent is, say you want to crack IIT JEE, and you're subscribing to that. Now you get access to the test series, you get access to hundreds of teachers taking classes. You can attend any class you want. There is no bias. In other institutes, in offline institutes, where you have a real estate problem, where not everyone can sit in the same batch, the best teachers are accessible to the best students. Here it's not like that. We are democratizing education by saying that we will give you access of the best teachers and best content. It does not matter how much you scored in 10th standard. It does not matter how much you scored in 12th standard. You will get access to the best content. If you scored less in 10th or 12th, doesn't mean that you should not get access to the best content. So we are democratizing that way. And and you can get it anywhere. I said access. Access is one of the things you're focusing on. Quality, access, and convenience. And you can get it anywhere throughout the country. 1 year back when we started, we were almost, we did around $250,000 in revenue in the first month. $260,000 revenue, that's Feb of 2019. Last month, we crossed around $2.6 million in revenue. So yeah, I mean, we have grown 10x in almost 1 year.
1 minute, from $260,000 in Feb 19, you're saying you've now crossed 2.6 million. That's exactly in 1 year's time.
Yes. And I want to grow 10x from here
what
also.
Helped you achieve that?
By Feb 2021.
Okay, so that means that when you're here next February in the ET Now
that's my
studio, we'll be
ambitious goal.
talking
So
about that kind of. Okay. I like the caveat. But Gaurav, also tell me something. For that 10x kind of growth, how did you achieve it? Was it purely word of mouth? Did you have to carry out a massive campaign and all of that?
No,
I
no,
mean,
we
you
did
have
the
done
campaign
that.
at the very end, by the way. I mean, when we hit $2 million in monthly revenue around September, there was no TV campaign. Our TV campaign happened in November, December. Um, I think we just built something that people really need. We built a great product. We understood that 80% of the country does not have access to great offline institutes. And in most of these examinations, the offline institutes don't exist. So we built something that they would really need to crack these examinations. And I think that helped us.
But tell me, Gaurav, like, you're trying to democratize this entire system, which is so fantastic. Not only are you offering live classes, you're also offering the best of teachers. How do you get access to those teachers? How does it exactly work?
So, I mean, when we started Unacademy, it was my co-founder Roman and I, we were creating YouTube videos. So I was an entrepreneur who was running this startup called Flat Chat, and Roman was a doctor from AIMS and an IS officer, an assistant collector of Jabalpur, and he was making videos. So two of us are making videos, and we never thought that we would be teaching. But now on an online platform, when we teach, we are catering to millions of learners. So for the first 3 years, we built a platform that focused on getting great educators and giving them tools to create great content. And in those 3 years, we onboarded more than 10,000 teachers. And that free platform still exists today, where there are more than 1.2 million videos which are free, both on our platform, and almost 40,000 videos are freely available on YouTube, where we do almost 150 million video views a month on our free content. That's the amount of free content we give out. Now, and we continue to do more of it every month. We invest a lot in giving out free content because we want to make sure that we are giving back. We want to make sure that we are creating an impact, and we want to make sure that we are creating access for everyone. Now, and when you need more structured learning, you can subscribe to a subscription. Now, when this started happening, we built a team. We built a strong team to get teachers. And the focus of that team is to find the best teachers and get them on Unacademy. And there are new teachers. There are people from colleges. For example, there is a third year IIT Bombay student who teaches for IIT JEE, and he's one of the best teachers out there. There are new people like us who never thought they would be teachers, but who are genuinely smart people who like teaching. And when they start teaching, when they start creating free content, they build a following. So we also have a team that grows these teachers, that finds raw talent and that helps them grow. And eventually they come on our subscription and continue to teach for free.
So your teachers are primarily teaching for free?
Like, they are 30% of all their content is also available for free. They're both in the subscription and they teach for free.
Wow. But Gaurav, I've got to ask you this question now. You're solving one of the biggest problems that we have in the country. You've got something like Facebook on board with that WhatsApp and all of that. Are you going to just stay in this space of competitive exams? Because now with Facebook coming on board, you really have a chance to go below that. You have a chance of perhaps educating school children, whether it's for board exams or class 8 or class 6 or class 5 or whatever it is.
At this point, I don't feel like giving nightmares to other education founders. So I will avoid telling about my future plans.
Your smile gives it away. You're doing it, aren't you?
I mean, that was a joke, but honestly, I want to focus on test prep for now, and we want to make sure that we are the largest player in the test prep segment with the best product and the best content and the best teachers, and I think that's going to be our focus for a while.
And are you going to perhaps only do this in the space that you're already doing it in? What's, for example, to stop you from doing, let's say, SATs or other kind of competitive exams?
In competitive examinations, we'll cater every exam. will go after every single examination. Even companies like Infosys and TCS, I read a press release. I don't know how factually correct that was, but I read a press release that some of these companies will stop going to colleges for placements and instead have their own test. So we will even start preparation for those tests. So any test that helps you land a government job or helps you get a good college, etc., will help you prepare for that test.
But can I ask you that why you only want to stay in this space? You're solving such a big problem in India. Why don't you want to go below the value chain?
I never said I don't want to go. I mean, we want to be the largest education company in the world, and eventually we want to be the largest consumer internet company from this country. But right now, we should not lose our focus. I mean, we have developed something great, and we have not even scratched the surface in this market. I mean, there are more than 60 million test takers, close to 50 to 60 million test takers in the country every year. And we are at 100,000 test takers right now. I mean, let us first at least touch 2 million test takers, 3 million test takers. Then we will think about other things. For now, the focus is completely this.
What do you make of the fact that, when you look at perhaps the two largest education internet companies we have, there's you and there's Baiju. One's got Disney backing, now one's got General Atlantic, Sequoia, and Facebook backing, which is you. There's a sign of things to come.
I didn't get your question. What was the last question?
I meant that you don't want to get it? Or
No, I genuinely didn't.
I was asking you that you've got Baiju.
Yeah.
We've got Baiju, which has Disney and the licensing of Disney. And now we've got you, which has got Facebook backing, General Atlantic backing, Sequoia. Is that a test of things to come? It really does signify something, right? That here are these two companies from India and look at the kind of backing it's getting.
I mean, it's a great validation for the edtech sector in India. Technology can really help great quality education reach the masses, and that can help a lot of people do really well in life. I think that's a very good validation for the sector. And I always keep on saying that the Amazon of India will be an education company. It will not be an e-commerce company.
Okay, take that in, folks. The Amazon of India is not going to be e-commerce. It's going to be an education company. Is that because the opportunity is so immense, the population is so large?
The opportunity is so immense, the gross margins are very high, the share of income that people keep reserved for education is huge, and I mean the whole market is going to and when through technology this reaches everyone, you're going to see something great come out of it.
You've also done some stuff on road safety and all of that. Is that because a cause you believe in, or it's to do with the fact that it gives you a good marketing reach?
No, we believe in the cause. For example, when the Road Safety Cup, when we got the idea, we realized that that's something that we believe in, and we also have to give back. We must give back, and we should contribute to these causes. And also it helps us, obviously. It's both marketing and social cause. So I wouldn't say it's either one. I wouldn't say it's just social, and I wouldn't say it's just marketing. I think it's both.
Okay, before I wrap up, I have to say this. A lot of people know this maybe, but you are a massive, not just an Apple fan. You can see the logo on his jacket. He doesn't wear Unacademy branding. He wears all this, you always see the Apple branding, but his office is dedicated to Harry Potter. Each room has a name and a theme to do with Harry Potter. Will you ever try for a Harry Potter licensing or anything like that, or you'll just keep that aside as a passion and not follow the Baiju and Disney model?
No, I have no plans to do that, but I do want to meet J.K. Rowling once, because I have read all the books at least 10 times. And that's just, Harry Potter is just something that I like. It has nothing to do with the business. Though our company is named Sorting Hat Technologies Private Limited. So, Sorting Hat from the Harry Potter world. So, yeah.
I'll make this my final one, Gaurav. Are you profitable? Do you have any plans for an IPO? You anyway said that India's Amazon moment, Google moment is going to be an edtech company.
I mean, after this round of funding, our focus would be on gross margins and growth both. It's not like the focus would just be on growth at the cost of burning a lot of money. We want to use this money well judiciously. And because the gross margins in education are very high and you can build profitable growth companies, our focus would be on that. But we would take at least 2 to 3 years before we start thinking about profit. Because, for example, we have always made sure that our burn is under control. At any point of Unacademy, we have always had 3 to 5 years of runway. And we have that runway for growth. So we will continue growing and we'll make sure that our unit economics are solid. And at some point after 24 months, so the focus will always be there on day one, and then we'll get aggressive after 18 to 24 months that we have to focus on profitability also.
Have you met Mark Zuckerberg as yet?
I have not met him officially, but in 2015 when I think Unacademy was not even started then, I had made my first visit to Silicon Valley, and I was visiting a friend at the Facebook office where I saw Zuckerberg, and I just went to him and I said hi to him and shook his hands. But my friend got berated a lot by the HR because that was not allowed. But yeah, I have shook hands with him, but he doesn't, at that point of time, he didn't know who I was.
Now he knows who you are.
I'm not sure, but I mean that's not the goal. I mean, even if he doesn't know who I am, that's fine. But he definitely knows what Unacademy is.
And are you going to be going to San Francisco, to the Bay Area? Are there going to be things that are going to be planned with Facebook and things like that?
Yes, definitely. We are already planning some stuff.
So with that, Gaurav Munjal, I'd like to thank you for coming to our studios and passing the ET Now exam with flying colors, and look forward to many more interviews with you. Here's wishing the entire team at Unacademy all the very best.
Thanks a lot for having me here.
Well, with that, we're going to take a short commercial break, but on the other side, who's joining us? Well, it is Bloom, which is Close Another Fund. Now remember, Bloom is also an investor in Unacademy. Sanjay Nath will be with us after the short commercial break. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes.